Hello and welcome to another Doctor's Assistant 1 video, and today I'm doing a video on when I think Pikmin 4 should come out. Yeah, it's just a bit of a different video. I'm doing something video gaming related, I guess. Yeah, it's been something that I've been pondering for a while, off and on, from time to time, and that, you know, I've got the original Pikmin on not GameCube, but I've got the Wii version, Nintendo Wii version, and I've got Pikmin 3. If you've seen my Wii U collection update video, you'll have seen that. I've got that, as I say, on Wii U, and it is in English. By the way, I thought it might be in German because it came from Germany. But what was I going to say? But that game came out back in either June or July, maybe June, 2013, so it's been a good sort of 6 years or so. Yeah, six sort of years since Pikmin 3, which is just insane. Also, the weird thing is, there was an article a while back that said something along the lines of, like, Shigeru Miyamoto said that Pikmin 4 even is, you know, near completion basically, and that was, I think, back in like 2016, 17 that was said, I think. I could be wrong on that. I don't know, I think maybe the only reason as to why I think they aren't releasing it soon, or like sooner rather than later, is because maybe much like Metroid, it's a series that, although there is a big fan base, or hardcore fan base for the series and for the games, units wise, like financially, it's just not a seller for Nintendo, you know. It's not A tier or a B tier, maybe it's down a C tier, you know, Pikmin, maybe, I don't know. I mean, again, there are a lot of people who like the series. I've enjoyed what I've played of Pikmin 3 so far. I'm going to be playing some more after I've recorded this video. And I enjoyed some of the first game that I've played. I've not played much of the first game either, but I've enjoyed both of them. I know between Pikmin 3 and me recording this video, there is technically a Pikmin game which was which is called Hey Pikmin, which is more just a sort of spin-offy game. It's a 2D platformer type game. It's not a proper RTS type, real-time strategy type, micromanaging-y game thing, and that. Yeah, I think, I don't know, I mean, maybe the other reason as to why it hasn't released yet is because I don't know, like, because, I don't know, like, I'm just thinking it would still be able to work on Switch because you've still got the Joy-Cons and you've got the, like, sensors there, like, they have motion controls in them and that, so you could still use those as, like, Wii pointers and that, and as to play in that. I mean, less so on, say, the Nintendo Lite, but I don't know. Anyway, the title of the video is when I think Pikmin 4 should release, or come out even. I think it should come out sort of next year, ideally. If it is to come out, I would like it to come out next year. Pikmin 4 should come out sort of, again, sort of June, July-ish, so this sort of time next year, and I think the reason for that is because then you've got like either March is when Animal Crossing New Horizon comes out, so then you've got April, May, June, so you've either got like 2-3-ish months, like a little bit of a gap between that major release and then the next major release being, as I say, Pikmin 4 maybe, you know, and so what happened this year doesn't happen again next year, which is that the first half of the year is pretty lackluster or slow for the Switch, you know, and I think you'd appease a lot of big Nintendo fans as well, and I think it's a series that, again, I'm not sure if it doesn't sell too well, and maybe that's why they haven't really sort of pushed the game out already and that. I just think there's been such a big gap between 3 and then 4 coming out. And also the graphics would look even better on Switch as well. 2-player co-op would be a lot easier as well with the Switch. And that the graphics would look better. I'm not sure if you would introduce more Pikmin. I'm not sure if that's something that would be necessary for the sequel and that for the 4th game in the franchise. And that I think as well maybe Nintendo has maybe not wanted to release it because they're a bit worried that now with a lot of their newer a lot of their more traditional franchises, a lot of the time they've almost reinvented the wheel with, say, Zelda, Mario during the Switch's lifetime. So maybe they're thinking, okay, although Pikmin 4 was almost complete, actually now we have to retweak it quite a bit so that it feels like even Pikmin 4 is trying to reinvent the wheel for the Pikmin franchise. I don't know. That could be a reason. But as I say, I think Pikmin as a game, it just visually it looks like such a fun sort of summer game to play. Although usually during summer there isn't much to play across the board, I guess. Or new games don't usually get like big tempo, big time-consuming games for gamers don't usually release in summer. We usually either get them really early on in the year or sort of September through to sort of, as I say, definitely around more sort of October through to December, so that they definitely get, a lot more sales because obviously Christmas and that. But yeah, I think it would be a really good sort of summer game as well. And I think depending on when they release it, I think they should either release it before E3 and then have it at E3 2020 and that have it as a fairly big presence at E3 2020, or maybe have it like how they've just randomly announced the Switch Lite X amount of weeks after E3 and that, maybe release it around that sort of time and that. I'll be like, here's Pikmin 3, Pikmin 4, I keep saying 3 when I mean 4, again, either sort of release it sort of just leading up, release it during E3, maybe 2020, or I'm not sure when E3 is, but I don't know, or just before or after E3 maybe as well, I don't know, so you have some sort of momentum going into E3, so you've had a fairly decently big, first party Nintendo game going into E3 and then, E3, so it's you've already sort of started at a decent starting point, and then E3 happens and you go further up and that, as to some of the games they may release, I don't know. But yeah, I think it would be a good summer release for next year, and that, and it's definitely a franchise that I think would fit well with Switch, and I think it'd be nice to get new players and new people who have only ever bought a Switch and that, or have been gamers when they were kids but have got back into gaming because of the sort of portability aspect of the Switch or Switch Lite or whatever, and that, and maybe played Pikmin 1 but never played 2 or 3 and now might jump in with the 4th game, I don't know. But yeah, I think a summer sort of release for next year would be really good. Ideally, whether or not that actually happens, I don't know. But again, there was that weird quote floating around quite a few years back of Shigeru Miyamoto saying that Pikmin 4 was near to completion, and as of when that got posted, we've not heard anything official from Shigeru Miyamoto or anyone from Nintendo, whether it's Nintendo UK, Europe and America, Japan, whatever. None of them have said anything about the game series, not that I know of anyway. But yeah, so thanks for watching, comment, rate and subscribe.